Rider to have any type of offensive success so far against the Red Raiders on a consistent basis.
And that was a conservative call by Waianae coach Leo Ta'aka, taking no chances with any kind of handoff in the end zone, any kind of pitches. He just telling his quarterback, Kauli'i, to just take the snap and push forward. You don't want to take any kind of chances because that Kahuku defensive line has been terrorizing this evening.
Miller, the single back, he gets the ball, gets out to about the 3-yard line before he gets buried by the Red Raiders, Bryson Au.
And another penalty marker on the field. Right at the line of scrimmage, this could be against Waianae. We'll have to wait for the call. Well, the break's going against Kahuku this time around as illegal use of the hands called against the Red Raiders, and this probably will result in a first down, and it will.
So a break for the Sea Riders. Here's the call.
Illegal use of the hands on the defense. First down.
That's only the third first down of the ball game for the Sea Riders. Kind of a sloppy football play to open up this third quarter.
5 penalties for 55 yards now against the Red Raiders as a good stop being made there on the ball carrier for Waianae. Peter Sorono trying to come around the right corner, but that door being answered by the Red Raiders' Mark Veatupu.
You'll watch the replay. You'll check out the sweep play going to the far side for that camera angle. Good clear out by the tackle, but check out the excellent pursuit from behind, courtesy of Mark Veatupu. Good closing speed by Veatupu.
8:15 and counting, 2nd and 11 from the Waianae 13-yard line. Handoff up the middle. This appears to be Miller. Miller with some real estate in front of him as he picks up about 7 yards.
It's a good pickup for Miller. That time the Waianae offensive line managing to take advantage of the incredible, huge line splits in the defense. Just a quick handoff to Miller up the middle. See something. You're seeing hurtling over the would-be tacklers. Gets about 9 yards in play. Still short of the first down by about a yard.
Miller now with 55 yards on the evening on 9 carries. Brings up 3rd in short yardage. Miller once again, he is met at the line of scrimmage. This will be close to a first down. Let's see where they mark it. Making the stop for Kahuku. Big Pupi Toilupe once again, 6 foot 230 pounds senior defensive lineman.
And they will indicate a first down. Boy, Blaine, that is the first third down conversion that is successful by the Waianae Sea Riders this evening as you watch Miller just kind of barrel through the Kahuku defense.
First down, they try a misdirection play. Penalty marker down on the play as the ball carrier is taken out of bounds, carrying the ball for Waianae, Junior Tiolu.
We got some penalty markers, and this is going to come back, Blaine. They're going to get Waianae for holding. Number 75, referee Opetaia, will be flagged for the hold.
And I'm not sure if Waianae's offense has gone one possession without a penalty so far in this ball game, Kevin.
Just dirty laundry all over the place. I mean, it's unbelievable the amount of penalty markers that have been flying from the pockets of the referees, and most of them going against Waianae. As you said, Blaine, very unusual for a Leo Ta'aka coach team.
Of holding on the offense. Replay first down.
And the Waianae Sea Riders have hit the century mark. Unfortunately, a century mark in a category you do not want to see. 11 penalties now for 100 yards against the Sea Riders. 1st and 25. Sea Riders trying to get some of that yardage back, and they will as they cross the 20-yard line out to about the 23. Tiolu once again getting the call, and Tiolu proving to be effective on the first couple of plays he's been in this ball game.
Waianae has done a decent job of at least blocking up front. You see the counter play, which goes to Junior Tiolu, and he gets a lot of that penalty yardage back, but again, good pursuit by the Kahuku defense.
second and 12. Kahuku going the other way this time, carrying the ball, Kiave Ehu.
Again, the counter play that goes to Valdez by Waianae, and they're using that counter play very effectively. They're not getting a whole lot of yardage off of that certain play, but they are finding ways to get maybe 4 or 5 yards a pop. But I think what Waianae has to do is they need to start putting that ball in the air. Keep that Kahuku defense honest a little bit. You're down by 35 points. I don't think you're going to fool Kahuku by running the football. And it's eating up a lot of the clock, too. We're already under 6 minutes left in the third quarter.
So after first and 25, Waianae has cut it down to third and 7. They are on the 28-yard line. Trying to resurrect their drive here against the Kahuku Red Raiders defense. 5:48 and counting. Pass downfield. This pass is short and knocked away by the Kahuku defense. Leonard Peters on coverage. Peters had a chance for the interception, had it slip through his hands, and that will bring up fourth down for Waianae.
Yeah, that was a great play by Leonard Peters. One thing we've noticed, Blaine, that the Kahuku secondary has played just admirably. They've knocked away a couple of passes that are potentially complete, like this one right here, as Keoli'i goes deep. Nice defense on the play by Peters. We've seen several of those plays from the secondary in this contest in Kahuku's favor.
And Diamond Ka'ai Hui will watch this kick roll. And Waianae will play it dead at about the 23-yard line. That stops the clock with 5:23 left to go. Kahuku Red Raiders on top of the Sea Riders here, 35-0 in the third quarter. And Kevin, we saw that sign earlier in the first half, and I'm still trying to figure out what a yogwich is.
Maybe it's a kind of sandwich. You think?
Our best guess so far has been a yogurt sandwich of some sorts.
And that does not sound too appetizing. No siree.
Trust me, at my weight, I don't need to eat any yogurt. I need more ice cream than anything else. When you're 5'6", 120, some people say you're grossly underweight.
Now, on the other hand, I think I need to start eating some yogurt instead of the ice cream.
I'll run downstairs. I'll get you a yogwich in between the third and fourth quarter. How's that?
I don't know.
Loss of a yard on that first down play brings up second and 11 from the Kahuku 22, and early motion against the Red Raiders. Kendall Blutel breaking out of the formation. That'll be a 5-yard penalty against Kahuku.
Dead ball false start on the offense.
Yeah, Butel at 6'2", 288 pounds. You're not going to miss that. Butel playing that all-important left tackle position. And at that size, Blaine, if he moves, you'll know it. And that was more than obvious.
That brings up second and 16 from the 17-yard line. Funaki back to pass, a little bit behind the intended receiver, and the juggling play cannot be made by Orlando Wong. Wong, there you see on the screen, number 10, the JV quarterback last year for Kahuku, brought up to the varsity squad. Very good runner. He is their third string quarterback.
One thing we noticed in this contest, Blaine, is that Kahuku has been very effective in mixing up the plays. Not only running, but also throwing the football as well. Both quarterbacks actually have had decent performances in throwing the football, although for Funaki, this is starting the third quarter.
Funaki under pressure, tries to set up the screen, and this is intercepted by the Sea Riders. Beautiful play being made there by Winston Keli'ikipi.
That, just when we talked about the Kahuku players making good decisions and a fine passing game, Funaki does a Scott Mitchell type of play, forcing the screen pass. There you see the rush put on by DeMello, and you see that interception. Great pick, by the way, by Keli'ikipi. Good concentration because he got hit at the same time as well.
Kahuku trying to set up a screen to Nawahine coming out of the backfield, and Keli'ikipi read it and picked it off. And a momentum swing here for the Sea Riders, trying to break their goose egg on the board. 4:19 left to go here in the third quarter. 35-0 the score. And a delay of game penalty now being called against the Sea Riders. And we talk
Dead
about
ball foul.
Waianae not
Delay of the
having
game.
offensive
It's the
possession
offense.
without a penalty. And here is another potential drive killer.
Again, a breakdown, just a total breakdown in fundamentals in this game for the Waianae Sea Riders. I can guarantee you this, Blaine. When the Sea Riders get back to practice on Monday, Coach Ta'aka is going to go back to the basics. This is how you block. This is how you run. This is how you tackle.
Another penalty marker down on the play as they try the option. Let's see if this is another penalty against the Sea Riders.
We might get holding against Waianae, and if this is holding, boy.
It's in that area.
Illegal procedure. 6 men on the line of scrimmage against the offense. Still first down.
I believe he said 6 men on the line of scrimmage, so illegal formation.
So another 5-yard penalty. That gives them 110 yards in penalties so far tonight. Sea Riders with some time. Pressure. Quarterback will be sacked in the backfield.
That's what you call a coverage sack. Great job by the Kahuku defenders, especially the ones in the secondary. Keali'i had all kinds of time to throw the football, just never had the chance to get it off. We'll take a look at the replay. Look at how much time Keali'i has. He still has the football, and it's only a matter of time before the rush closes in, led by Puna Bendiola.
And credit Keali'i for hanging in the pocket. And Kahuku coming across the line of scrimmage as if they were drawn across. Keali'i hung in the pocket as long as he could, and as you mentioned, a coverage sack.
Dead ball foul. Encroachment on the defense. Second down.
So Kahuku now a little bit anxious coming across the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 5 yards. I'll bring up second down and goal to go, I believe, from the 18-yard line now. Play action. Keali'i downfield into the end zone, and he overthrows his intended target. Waianae's Ben O'Clary streaking down the near sideline, but the pass incomplete.
That was a pretty good play call by Waianae. You fake the handoff and you fake the counter play. That's really been so effective for the Sea Riders, and then you take it to the air. There you see the play action on the counter. And Keali'i will just let it fly, and O'Cleary was open in the end zone, but it was just a matter of the end zone being only so short.
Keali'i now 0 for 7 passing on the evening, trying to complete his first pass here, and he throws behind his target, cutting across the middle of the field, and that'll bring up fourth down and goal to go for the Sea Riders.
And that time, Keali'i, just you saw on that play where he sort of hesitated for just a split second. He thought when he wanted to throw the football, instead he held back, threw it. It was just too late. The receiver was open down the middle, but he just hesitated.
Waianae trailing by 35 points with one of their better scoring opportunities of the night, going for it here on fourth and goal to go from the 18-yard line. Just a little lob pass towards the end zone, and penalty marker down on the play. This could be pass interference against Kahuku.
I think they're going to get Hiram Peters on the holding. I don't think it's pass interference, but there was definitely holding because Peters did not give the receiver a chance to catch the football, and the referee's right there. Actually, they're going to say pass interference. But Peters definitely did not give the receiver an opportunity to catch the football. His head was turned all the way and wasn't even looking at the ball when it was thrown. So very fortunate break for the Waianae Sea Riders.
Pass interference on the defense. Automatic first down.
15 yards and an automatic first down. 80 yards in penalties for Kahuku now as their penalty yardage starts to rack up. First and goal to go from the 9. Handoff up the middle gets about 2 yards for the Sea Riders. Very tough to run against this Kahuku defense, a defense that had size and speed.
They certainly showed that tonight with the score 35-0. They've done it. They've done it all in all phases. Blaine, offense, their defense has been very aggressive, tenacious. But it's important, Blaine, for Waianae to take advantage of that interception and also that pass interference. They need to score a touchdown on this drive in order for them to have a chance to come back.
And the Sea Riders trying to push forward on 2nd down and 7. And Keali'i gets tripped up at about the 5-yard line. Gain of 2 yards brings up 3rd and 5 from the 5-yard line.
Again, Blaine, sorry, the Kahuku defense is just very quick. They're so fast, and you saw how quick they swarmed under Keali'i on that quarterback option to the left side.
And a timeout now being called by the Red Raiders defense. Their first of the 3rd quarter. That stops the clock with 1:53 left to play. 35-0 is the lead for the Red Raiders. We'll be back here at the Aloha Stadium in just a moment. Blaine Cowie and Kevin Hashiro back at the Aloha Stadium. Waianae trying to break the shutout. 35-0 the score, but Waianae on the 5-yard line. 3rd down and movement along the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, they're going to get the nose tackle, Chris.
Dead ball fall, encroachment on the defense, half the distance to the goal.
Chris Kimoe Atu, a little bit too anxious, crossed the neutral zone and actually butted heads with the center for Waianae. So that's going to push the ball half the distance to the goal line.
So the ball placed on about the 2-yard line. Waianae ground game. Keali'i tried to keep the ball and he tripped up in the backfield. Didn't really have a chance to get across the line of scrimmage down at about the 1-yard line. And another 4th down situation for Waianae.
Boy, Keali'i should have just better advised, give that ball to Dwayne Miller because Miller had the pathway open to the end zone. You'll watch the replay. You got to watch this. Look at Dwayne. Miller would have scored, but you see Keali'i kept it and he ends up tripping on his own feet.
4th down and 1 yard to go. They give it to Miller. Miller stopped at the goal line. Let's see where they place it. Kahuku says no. Their fans cheer and touchdown is the signal.
That was close, Blaine.
Kahuku's fans thought their defense stopped Miller. Miller wasn't sure if he got stopped until the line judge came over and signaled touchdown for Waianae. That makes it a 35-6 ball game with 1:14 left to go here in the 3rd.
Well, finally, something positive for the Waianae Sea Riders. Again, we said that they had to take advantage of that turnover on that interception by Keali'i Kipi. Fortunately for them, they get a pass interference on 3rd down, called their way, and end up scoring the touchdown on the run by Miller on 4th down.
Now some equipment problems down on the field for Waianae's James Milo. So Milo will have to come out off the field. Milo, a big kid at 6'1", 315 in on special teams. He'll be replaced out on the field.
Gary McEnroe is going to come out, and he, I believe, will be the long snapper. Nope, he's going to line up as the guard on this play.
And the extra point conversion is up and good for the Waianae Sea Riders. The kick being made by Waianae's Kini Pave. And they trimmed the lead now down to 35-7. Waianae hoping that is the first of what will be many scores here in the second half.
But in order for that to happen, Blaine, they need to have some things go their way. They need to really step it up defensively, like they did on Kahuku's second drive or second possession of the ball game when they had the interception. Let's take a look at the replay. Let's see how close this is. Good job of Kahuku's red shirts kind of swarming it under. From that angle, you can't really tell, inconclusive, whether Miller got into the end zone. But at this point, you can't reverse the call, so it's going to go in favor of Waianae.
And credit Miller with the second, third, and fourth efforts on that play as he talks to Leo Ta'aka along the far side. Kahuku now on the return, bringing the ball back is Tupola. And another late penalty marking on this play. We have seen a slew of yellow flags coming down at the Aloha Stadium.
Both coaches are not too happy, particularly Leo Ta'aka, but you can bet that Shiwaki Levi is not pleased with the performance, of the mental aspect anyway, of Kahuku as you saw the clip go against the Red Raiders.
If I only got a hot dog or a slice of pizza for every yellow flag that's gone out onto the field during this football game, I could probably feed my family for a week.
We have clipping on the return team during the run back. Half the distance to the goal, first down.
Blaine, you can have all the pizza and the hot dogs you want. I'll for every dime, I'll take the money. Thank you.
Funaki hands it off on first down, and check this. See who the ball carrier is. Appears to be Talamoni, and it is. Have not seen much of Talamoni throughout this ball game.
Yeah, we thought we'd see more of Talamoni, but things have gone so much in Waianae's favor. Everyone has done some damage in one form or another. Talamoni breaking a tackle about 5 yards downfield. Gets a couple of good blocks and actually runs into the blocker downfield in Orlando Wong.
Kahuku tries up the middle that time. And nothing doing there for number 3, I believe, for Kahuku, Thomas Thompson. Check that. That is 34, Kala Latuselu.
Blaine, I'm looking down on the sidelines, the Kahuku sideline, and I'm noticing that Red Raider quarterback Wayne Fonoi Moana is getting his ankle taped. So I'm not sure if, because Funaki is playing, this is an injury.
See Talamoni getting the carry, and you see him keep his balance as he stretches across the 45 down at the 46-yard line.
You see Tiolu on the stop, but again, Blaine, going back to the quarterback for Kahuku, the starting quarterback, is, we'll watch our replay. Nice play by Talamoni on the off-tackle play on the right side. Slips a few tackles, and there you see Tiolu bringing him down. But Fonoi Moana is got his helmet off, and I saw his ankle being taped, so I'm not sure whether Funaki's appearance in this game is a result of an injury to Fonoi Moana.
Fans getting into it here at the Aloha Stadium as we reach the end of the third quarter. 35-7 is the score, and the Kahuku Red Raiders here in the 1998 OA season, in 7 quarters of action here at the Aloha Stadium, they have outscored their opponent 88-7.
They're clicking both offensively, and the defense is just performing terrific this season.
Quarterback keeps it here on first down, and penalty markers fly as the tackle is being made. We might see a face mask here. Funaki losing his helmet. Kiliukipi in on the tackle, and this penalty will go against the Sea Riders.
Boy, if there is an OIA record for penalties in a game, Blaine, Waianae, you can sure bet, is close to breaking that mark, both on the number of penalties
Face mask on the defense, first down.
and penalty yardage. 14 flags have gone against the Sea Riders.
Kahuku now has 7 penalties since the half as Talamoni gets the ball. Talamoni's knee goes down as he tries to keep his balance. And what an athlete this Talamoni is. And yet another penalty marker down on the play.
Lita Alanga that you saw on the stop for the Sea Riders. Now penalty, a face mask against Kahuku. Apparently perhaps an illegal stiff arm. That's very common.
You don't usually see a face mask against the offensive side of the ball, but when you do, as you mentioned, you see illegal use of the hands, usually the stiff arm going up towards the defensive face mask.
Holding on the offense. Replay first down.
Well, they call holding. The holding is just as bad as a face mask.
So Kahuku now back deep, first and 23. Back on their own 46-yard line now. Latusella and Talamoni, the two backs. They'll give it to Talamoni. And he'll get held up behind the line of scrimmage, maybe getting back for a 1-yard gain. We'll see where they spot it. For Kahuku, 11 penalties and 118 yards in penalties. Waianae, on the other hand, 14 penalties for 120.
Lita Alanga, 5'10", 230-pound senior on the stop. It looks like that Talamoni is getting a bunch of carries here in the third quarter of play. He has been a very busy individual.
No gain on the last play, loose snap. And Funaki appears to have fallen on it. Things not going very well for Vai Funaki and his offense since they have come out of the locker room.
Shiwaki Levi not too happy, or although I don't think he's too concerned either. And see Funaki, as you mentioned, not a very good third quarter of play. He's fumbled the ball a couple of times, also thrown a critical interception which led to the Waianae touchdown.
Funaki pitches it back, and a loose ball as the pitch goes wide, and trouble here for the Red Raiders. Kelly Kibi making the stop on Talamoni, who was lucky to even recover that last pitch.
Boy, you mentioned Funaki at 5'9", 170-pound junior, making all kinds of mistakes now. This time pitches the ball wide to Talamoni, although you have to give a lot of credit to the Waianae defense for making such an aggressive play towards the offensive ball carriers.
And I'm not sure if a fair signal catch was being called there by the Sea Riders, but they will have the ball as Serrano picks up the punt just shy of the 40-yard line. 9:35 left to go here in the ball game. 35-7 the score.
You saw that 21 points in the second quarter, which really busted this game wide open. Of course, the backbreaker was, in my opinion, was Thompson's 79-yard pass from Fono Maiona.
There you see a big carry up the middle by the Sea Riders. Dwayne Miller continuing to carry the Waianae offense.
Well, Miller, who has the only touchdown for Waianae, takes advantage of the blocking up front. Again, Waianae has been so successful with that counter play. At this time, the defensive line does not account for Miller as he bursts up the middle.
Handoff once again to Miller. Miller gets about 5 yards as he turns the corner here on the near side.
Fata Avegailo on the stop for Kahuku. Waianae continuing to run the football. I don't know if Coach Ta'aka has kind of conceded this game, and he's just running the offense just to get some plays in.
And a pass intended for Miller, incomplete from the arm of Kale Lee. Miller on the night now 14 carries for 78 yards. Miller has been the Sea Rider offense so far in this game.
Well, you saw Kale Lee, who took quite a smack, a little kiss from Pupi Toelupe, excuse me, who absolutely buried the 6'3", 195-pound junior.
3rd and 7 from the Kahuku 43. Kelly back to pass, fires, has a man downfield. This is complete. And more late penalty markers coming on the play. I can't remember the last time we had a play without a penalty marker. Ben O'Clary with the reception.
Well, I'll say this. Kahuku's Mark Veatupu made Keoli'i pay for completing that pass because Keoli'i took a shot from the blind side.
Our officiating crew earning their money here at Dilla Stadium tonight in the second half, as this penalty appears to be going against the Red Raiders.
I'm sure that Shuaki Levi is
A dead
very
ball foul,
concerned with his
personal
team's
foul
performance
against the defense.
here in the
First
second
down.
half. They realize that they're kind of breaking down here. Or you watch, if we can see this play, there you see the smack put on Keoli'i. Nonetheless, that was a completed pass.
On first down, the Sea Riders try Miller up the middle, but nothing doing there as the Red Raiders are there to stop the play. Brings up 2nd down and about 8 yards to go. Waianae now on the Kahuku 21-yard line. That first down pass by Keali'i, his first completion of the game as Miller heads for the end zone. Miller cuts back, trying to make his way into the pay dirt. Touchdown, Dwayne Miller.
Nice run by Waianae, and all of a sudden, here comes the Sea Riders. Terrific, terrific blocking. Number 73, James Milo, took out 2 Kahuku defenders by himself on that play. Excellent run by Miller.
So Miller trying to keep his team in this ball game. 35-13 now the score pending the extra point conversion. Penalty marker down on the play as Pave awaits the snap.
The dead ball foul, encroachment on the defense, half the distance.
And the Red Raiders, after looking so dominating in the first half, have literally fallen apart here in the second half.
Well, I wouldn't say fallen apart in a catastrophic way. They've had some fundamental breakdowns which have led to these 2 touchdowns. Now with that penalty, as you said, Blaine, now instead of trying to kick it, they can actually go for the deuce.
And whistles before the play gets started. Maybe a good thing for the Sea Riders, as the ball carrier was wrapped up. They went to Miller.
But dead ball foul, false start prior to the snap against the offense.
Tight end on the play, on lining up on the far side. Strong side tight end actually moved a split second before the ball was snapped.
And what Kahuku hath giveth, Waianae hath taken away with their penalty. And they'll go back for the 1-point kick now. Pave looking for a holder, I believe. 4 seconds now on the play clock. They're not going to make it, folks. Valdez slow coming back out onto the field, and Pave will back up 5 more yards.
Delay the game on the offense.
I think Valdez didn't realize that after that penalty, Waianae was going to attempt the PAT kick instead of the 2-point PAT version.
To be about a 28-yard attempt. Pave kicks it up, and it is good. So Pave unfazed by the 3 penalties on the extra point conversion.
Well, Blaine, one thing I can say that has impressed me tonight, although the play has been kind of sloppy here in this second half, and it's that of the 7 touchdowns that have been scored in this game, we've seen 7 kick conversions. Now here's the replay again, courtesy of Sprint. There you see 73, Milo, with a good block, a good push, and from there it's Miller. Just being powerful, the strong guy that he is, good upper body strength, manages to keep his balance and fall into the end zone for the touchdown. 35-14 now. The deficit's been cut to 21 points, but like I said, Blaine, the ironic thing is that the OIA, which is not known for place kicking, and we've seen 7 out of 7 successful kicking point after conversions.
Very good job by Ashmore for Kahuku and Pave for the Sea Riders. Dwayne Miller following that 21-yard touchdown run that gives them 100 yards rushing on the evening. 2 touchdowns on 16 carries.
Onside kick here. You see Kahuku. There you go.
Just a little backwards
no,
kick,
it's
and
close.
that unfortunately did not go far enough.
If I was Kahuku player, I'd get away. There you see
And
the
there you see
shove.
the Kahuku Red Raiders pushing their players away. Rightly so. An interesting play by the Sea Riders, though, as they have a huddle up at the middle of the field, and the kicker just does a little mule kick.
Yeah, that ball did not go anywhere. Well, I'll say this. Bryson Au was touching the ball, and as soon as he got to the sideline, one of the assistant coaches gave him a mouthful. You see the kind of the mule kick. That ball only went about 4 yards, actually 3 yards in one direction, but boy, only in the OIA, I think.
That has the potential for plays of the week, I believe, this week. Have never seen that before in a football game. And there you see carrying the ball for the Red Raiders, Douglas Nawahine. Nawahine now getting a lot of playing time here in the second half.
Also new quarterback in for Kahuku. Now they've used 3 quarterbacks. Orlando Wong is in. Making the stop is Kyoki Tellis for Kahuku. And for the Red Raiders, it's just a matter of running the clock out now. 7 minutes, 15 seconds remaining in the contest.
Wong, a very exciting quarterback with the ball. Hands it off here to Talamoni, who remains in the ball game with the 35-14 lead.
Talamoni really becoming the workhorse in the second half. Of course, Malu Maleuna saw the bulk of the carries. And now Talamoni is getting his fair share.
Third and 1 from the 35-yard line. Now Wahine stopped initially, but with second effort, he'll be close to first down yardage. Tackle being made by Waianae's Brian DeMello.
Nice job by Nawahine. Finding his way close to first down yardage. Here's our all-sport replay. There you see that second effort. Good job by Nawahine to kind of bounce it out, but not enough, however, for the first down. So we're going to bring up fourth and very short.
Fourth down and about half a yard to go. Kahuku with a lot of shifting going on. They make a wishbone formation and they run out of time. Wong signaling for the timeout as they're moving players left and right in the backfield. Started off in an I formation. It shifted to a single back and then went to a wishbone, and that's where the timeout was called. Stops the clock with 5:54 left to go here in the game. 35-14 to score in favor of the Red Raiders.
Stadium Stars, the best of high school athletics here in the Aloha Stadium. So you can not only get copies of this game between Kahuku and Waianae, but also ILH games. We've got a good ILH season coming up in the next few weeks. And of course, we'll be starting soccer pretty soon, and then baseball coming up in the spring of 1999. And of course, we do have tapes of years past. Good stuff here on Stadium Stars.
We will also be having the Prep Bowl coming up here in just a few months. Kahuku, one of the top contenders here in the OIA. You see them in the red jerseys. And on the other side, in the ILH, you have the St. Louis Crusaders, dominant as ever, trying to defend their championship.
Well, speaking of St. Louis, Blaine, I think that St. Louis could be challenged by this Kahuku Red Raider team. They have looked awfully good through the first 3 games of this OIA Red season. Blaine, you saw a lot of shifting in that last play right before Kahuku called that timeout. Of course, I think that was a deliberate attempt by the Kahuku coaching staff to try and draw Waianae offside with a lot of shifting.
Latusello and Talamoni, the 2 backs. They give to Latusello, and he appears to be stopped short of first down yardage. Let's see where they mark it, making the stop for Waianae. A little Alaga once again. Alaga having a big game, and they make the stop here on 4th down.
Yeah, there was no question about that play. Good penetration by the Waianae defense, not giving anything up front. They've been bullied by that Kahuku offensive line long enough. Finally telling themselves, we got to make a stand. There you see the stop. There you see big number 76 clogging the middle. Also in there was 94, Ivi Malo making the stop as well.
Kelly looking for a man, batted away nicely by the Red Raiders defense. Leonard Peters on coverage and penalty marker down on the play.
We could see, will probably be a defensive play because I saw an illegal chuck somewhere near the line of scrimmage. This could go against Kahuku in the form of either pass interference or holding, in my estimation anyways.
And it looks to be pass interference against the Red Raiders.
Yeah, Ben O'Cleary, was trying to make a hook route to the near side, and he was actually being held up by one of the defenders. Couldn't tell who the defender was.
Pass interference on the defense, automatic first down.
We'll check out the replay. Let's see if we can see it here. I'm not sure if we'll be able to see it because of the close angle, but there you see at the top of the screen, there you saw O'Cleary kind of indicate to the officials that, yeah, I was interfered with.
Kelly hit as he throws, and the pass will be incomplete across the middle.
Mark Veatupu with the pressure coming from behind, and Keoli'i has seen all kinds of pressure coming from the left, coming from the right, up the middle, from behind. And he's had very little time to throw in the pocket in this contest. There you see the Russian. Actually, that was 62. Hala Paonga making the play, and I believe that was Paonga who also was in on the pass interference call.
Kelly trying to set up the screen, and that was nearly intercepted by the Red Raiders. Fata Avegalio driving through the middle, unblocked. Lincoln Manutai also in on the play.
We've seen Kahuku defend the pass extremely well, whether it's out in the flats downfield or in this case at the line of scrimmage. Nice job by Ave Galileo with the penetration and batting the pass away.
So Ave Galileo with a nice second down play. Kelly looking deep, and his man is out of bounds. Not sure what happened on that route. Waianae's Ben O'Cleary running downfield, but running along the Kahuku sideline.
Actually running inside the Kahuku sideline. Even if O'Cleary makes that pass in bounds, I'm not sure if the officials would have let him catch the football. That would be a legal receiver for going out of bounds. But good job by Kahuku holding on this defensive stand, especially after Waianae scored in the last two possessions that they've had the football.
.5:21 left to go. They fake the punt. And this play not going anywhere, unfortunately, for the Sea Riders. Carrying the ball is Keoki Tellis. Kahuku prepared on special teams, and that will give them the ball at midfield.
You got to give credit to Leo Ta'aka. He's trying to do what it takes to inch a little bit closer in this ball game, trying to pull out all the stops. But Kahuku, you got to give them credit as well. They are well prepared, not biting on anything. You can sure bet that Shuaki Levi is telling his troops to watch for the trick stuff, especially with time ticking down in this contest.
Latusella with the ball. Picks up about 4 yards on that carry. When your team is down 3 touchdowns, you need to do whatever you can to try to get momentum back in your favor. Ta'aka has tried to do that for the Sea Riders offensively. Alaga in on the tackle.
This is, all in all, Blaine, this has been a dominating performance by the Kahuku Red Raiders, even though the Sea Riders have come back and scored 2